All right, we start with the Dallas Cowboys, who last night roughed up the Philadelphia Eagles. This after the Eagles head coach Doug Pederson, I believe, was guaranteeing a win and then backtracked off that win or guarantee after the game. Dallas looked great, and it feels like Dallas is a week-to-week team. And I mean that with starting with their quarterback, probably their coach as well. But Jason Garrett, I think, has to get to the NFC title game to keep his job. Dak Prescott, I don't know what he needs to do before we finally say he's a franchise quarterback. But it feels like it's week to week with Dak Prescott. We're just not quite sure if he's a leader. Can he beat you with his arm? Is he consistent enough? Last night you saw the offense the way it should be. Kellen Moore comes in as a former college quarterback, and that offense should be great. That should be an explosive offense. Amari Cooper, you've got a good offensive line. You got a quarterback that I think is really good, and you got an elite running back. They should be putting up big numbers. And they roughed up the Eagles last night. And it doesn't tell me as much about the Cowboys as it does about the Eagles. The Eagles are in trouble. This is why they tried to trade for Jalen Ramsey. They got outbid by the Rams. They needed help in that secondary. They didn't get it, and now all of a sudden you start to have some questions about just how good this team is. Here is the head coach of the Eagles, Doug Pederson, after the game.
Do you regret voicing your confidence earlier in the week?
Nope, do not. Just felt like, I had a lot of confidence in this football team, a lot of trust, a lot of faith in the guys, had a good week of preparation. And after a game like this, we all have to kind of step back, look in the mirror, especially myself. It starts with me. And this is one of those games that, I take personal from that standpoint. We didn't play well, and that's personal on me. So I got to get that fixed.
I'm assuming every coach goes into a game thinking his team is going to win, right? I would hope so. I mean, even, the Bengals situation or the Dolphins situation, maybe you're not as confident, but I think you go in, you're prepared to win a game. All right, so Doug Pederson had a guarantee and then backtracked off the guarantee. I couldn't care less about it. He's trying to send a message to his team to say, hey, I'm confident. You should be confident as well. Here is Carson Wentz after the loss.
Frustrated, a little embarrassed. We didn't show up. We didn't show up. They beat the crap out of us, and we got to be better.
There were times in the beginning where I didn't know if the Eagles thought they were playing a football game that actually counted. I thought maybe it was one of those two-team scrimmages or something because they just looked apathetic. Yeah, McLovin.
That game was over at midnight the day before when Schefter tweeted out that Tyron Smith, Lael Collins, and Amari Cooper, who should have to pay taxes on the Eagles because he owns them so badly, why do they all get to play? And then Deshaun Jackson is nowhere to be seen, as always.
All right. Keep your head up.
Injuries define everything in the NFL. I've decided that's my new take.
I know, but when teams go or fans go, yeah, but we got injuries. Everybody has injuries. So
Don't
why
throw the Saints at me.
But why do they keep bringing up injuries?
Because that's how you win in the NFL. Whoever gets healthiest through the playoffs wins the Super Bowl.
I know, but stop telling me that you have injuries. The Eagles had injuries a couple of years ago, and they won the Super Bowl, McLovin. They lost their starting quarterback. Nobody gave them a chance, and they won the Super Bowl. So can we stop with, we got injuries here. Hey, we're battling injuries here. Tell me a team that's healthy.
Well, there's a wide difference between, the Redskins who lose 50 guys a year and the Patriots who lose 5 guys a year. The injuries affect everything. Don't they affect the lines?
The Patriots lost their best offensive lineman.
They don't need offense.
Their second best player
every year all the time.
Their second best player quit the game, and Rob Gronkowski. They lost Antonio Brown. They've been bringing in linemen. They're all interchangeable parts. Gordon is week to week. I mean, everybody has these. Can we stop with this? The Redskins are losing 25 players, but they're not good 25 players.
Yes, they are. Everybody would want Trent Williams. Everybody would want Jordan Reed. Everybody would want all these guys.
Trent Williams doesn't want to play for them. That has nothing to do with an injury now. He's healthy enough to play. He just doesn't want to play for him. So these injuries, I get it. But coming into this season, which team was labeled as deep as anybody in the NFL? Your Philadelphia Eagles. All right, we're testing your depth. And right now, you're not very good. And that's back-to-back embarrassing losses, and you lose to Dallas. Now, I'm not surprised Dallas won. I'm surprised how easy they won. And now as you move forward, you got to get your act together because maybe Dallas can provide a little separation, but it's not a good division. Now, the other two teams aren't very good. But that game last night, I mean, you got to show up with a little more spirit than you did.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.